I begin this story as my day began. After rejoicing in the bright sun and good weather, I headed to Prince Edward Island. I was already leaving the province of New Brunswick to soon start Nova Scotia. But the day had many surprises for me. One of the scariest moments I had until then was then crossing the Confederation's Bridge to get to the island. Suddenly, a big storm started with strong winds and heavy rain. While I was crossing the bridge for almost 30 minutes, I had to slow down and probably hold the traffic with the emergency and everything else. I felt like the motorcycle was lifting me, my body, and I prepared myself in case I fell into the sea. Possibilities of getting out of that were perhaps minimal. And so, when I crossed and the storm passed, everything returned to normal so I can discover more the island. And I was able to travel and above all, try it out and reinvent myself to continue the journey. Prince Edward, it's between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. It's the Gulf of St. Lawrence and offers a large seafood, and Charlestown, the capital, is home to the Victorian government. The buildings are very artistic and there's a lot of art and gallery. So, empiezo esta historia como empezaba mi día después de alegrarme un sol tan radiante en buen clima. Dirigía a la isla del Príncipe Edward. Dejaba ya la provincia de New Brunswick para iniciar Nueva Escocia, pero el día tenía muchas sorpresas. Una de ellas, el momento más temible, que al cruzar el puente Confederaciones, empezó esta tormenta y la lluvia. Así es que 30 minutos de casi recorrer, sentía que mi cuerpo se preparaba para la caída al mar, que nos levantábamos con el viento fuerte. Pero bueno, como toda tormenta, pasó y pude después, al final, recorrer la isla y explorarlo y hacer lo que tenía que hacer y continuar la travesía. Así que esta isla es muy famosa, sobre todo por su comida del mar y mucho arte en sus galerías y las casas victorianas. Así que bueno, aquí parte del video de esta travesía. Más de esta isla estaré publicando en un próximo video, acompañado de algunas fotografías. Quiero contarles muchas historias en este capítulo, sobre todo minimizar para usar o hacer un buen uso de este tiempo en el canal de YouTube. Ya, como mencioné, acabando la ruta de la isla, tenía que salir a Nova Scotia y dirigirme a la ciudad de Halifax. Así que en ruta sucedió algo extraordinario. As I was telling you about, my plan was to be in and out from the island, and I was on my way to Nova Scotia, actually to stay in Halifax. Something extraordinary happened in between my journey. Actually, I ran out while I was low in fuel, so I had to look for a gas station. And while I was looking for one, so I got this sign on 6 or 7 kilometers off the main road, so I had to. And there he was, a wonderful person I met with his motorcycle, Gerald the bear, el oso, Señor Gerald. He was very, very interesting to know about him and his stories, and he's been traveling with motorcycle all over the places, Canada, US, other countries as well, and he's been in, I believe, in Africa, and he's a rock star. I mean, he's such a nice person as well, and he told me back in the years he was racing motocross and championships with sponsors and all that good stuff. So at the end of this video, I will dedicate a little encounter after I came back from Nova Scotia. We couldn't share more timing because my agenda and his didn't quite catch up, but after all, we did a lot of talking, and he provided me a lot of tips on my way to Alaska with his knowledge. So more on that in just a bit. Contaba que pues saliendo de aquí ya el día era diferente. Había conocido a este señor extraordinario mientras iba a echar gasolina, Gerald el oso. Bueno, él en años anteriores corrió motocross, ha sido un gran profesional con auspiciadores y ha recorrido, pues, diría casi muchos países del mundo con su moto, y a la vez ahora sigue haciéndolo. Me cuenta con su experiencia en qué hacer y qué no hacer, y bienvenido todo detalle. Así que en breve, y al final de este video, dedicaré un par de minutitos a nuestro encuentro, bueno, el segundo encuentro, porque yo lo conocí cuando me dirigía a Nova Scotia y quedamos a mi regreso de vernos y compartir más y conversar, y eso es lo que exactamente pasó. Así es que ahora esta ruta es la ruta que estoy en camino a Halifax. Es una de las ciudades, si no la más importante, de Nova Scotia. A propósito, en Sudamérica siempre me pregunté si el banco de Scotiabank era europeo, y la verdad que nunca indagué hasta que, estando en Halifax, me enteré y vi el centro principal del banco, que este banco es canadiense, y el nombre, pues, por lo mismo, por la provincia de Nova Scotia, Scotiabank. Así que les contaré más en el próximo capítulo. Tengo unas pequeñas cosas que compartir. Vamos por partes y ojalá sea de su agrado. So I want to tell you a little bit more about very interesting background, and till this day what I have discovered and what I've seen this side of Canada. I guess the French colony of Acadia and later it seems like the Isle Royale in Newfoundland, south was French colony of Plaisance. Ontario, the backcountry, the colony of Canada, there were 2 French warships that did not end up within current Quebec. English Hudson Bay has been conquered a few times by Pierre Le Moyne, their viveo, and so on. Because every part of Canada on the east side of it is more influenced as a French influence. Most towns that I've been in New Brunswick, they speak French, and they even have flags all over their streets and I guess major common areas about France. So I asked a couple people, and they just kind of gave me a background on, how I guess the rivalry, and I guess the French will be rivals with the English as the global lingua franca. Many countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, to retain the French as an official language, but finally become useful, I guess, in the whole North American country, increasing popularity of French and emphasizing the French sphere. So very interesting, because also the signs and the roads and most of the stuff are in French and English. And I know as I moved to Quebec area, everything is going to be 100% almost French. Quiero comentarles que mientras estaba en la provincia de New Brunswick, muchas personas que me daban un poco de resultado de el idioma francés que se usa 60%, 50% en todo, en las vías de comunicación, etc. Es porque ha habido una influencia por esta parte, un poco de la historia francesa y británica, pero sobre todo la relación que tuvo los franceses en su época para estar aquí en esta zona, pues una influencia tremenda que ha dejado muy fuerte en este lado. Y Canadá en cierta parte está dividida en dos partes, es mi opinión, quizás esté equivocado. Hay una parte que tiene una cultura muy fuerte francesa y otra, empezando del idioma, y otra que es la británica o la inglesa, que es tal cual tanto más americanizada. Es mi punto de vista. A new day actually will be beginning closer to my other destination, and maybe next person, like, he's putting his hands over the head and shaking it, telling me I'm loco, I'm crazy, what are you doing, where are you going? So just met him at the gas station, and I guess he saw me after everything else that I had on the motorcycle. Seems like I'm moving. I have little things, from tools, from clothing and housewares and equipment. It's just like 2-3 more passengers. So it was a nice encounter, the chit chat. We'll see that shortly. Como el siguiente un hombre que pone la cabeza y mueve y dice que si estoy loco, que a dónde me dirijo. Y tuvimos una breve conversa, pero quizás tenga razón. Tuve un encuentro y a una gasolinera para seguir con la ruta, y pues el día había mejorado y esto pasó.
Where are you going? In the mood or what?
What's that?
Holy shit, you got lots of stuff.
Yeah, you getting ready for the big storm, I guess.
Where?
Alaska.
Supposed to have a big storm?
No, I'm just saying that. I might say till September, October, so I heard sometimes it's snow and all that. It's heavy.
Where are you going exactly?
Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
far?
Yeah.
That's
The
Alberta.
other way, yeah.
Yummy, where you from?
Coming from Virginia.
Oh,
Yeah.
by yourself, nobody with you?
Just me. I'm gonna meet a friend beginning of September up there. So he's riding from Mexico somewhere. He's coming his way up. So,
Wow.
I think we'll make it. We'll see.
Đây là mình nhất là nhà là đi, đây nó là một cái. Biết trong cái sinh nhật nó là một gì đi.
Thank you. Yeah. Holding up okay so far.
What?
It's holding up so okay so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just had to stop a lot of stuff for gas.
Have a great day.
And there he is, Gerald Bear. Gerald el Señor Oso. I was so glad to see him again. My way back from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland area. Finally, we set up a date for. We're supposed to go for a ride, but we were short in time because of my delay. So we're going to catch up for a coffee. By the way, this is his town. This is a Spring Hill, small town, very cute town. I got a chance to go to a few blocks, and I think I'm pretty sure this is part of Nova Scotia. So it was interesting to re-enter again. I was not supposed to be here because I was just going the main highway, but things happen for a reason, and this is one of the clear examples. Así que, bueno, aquí de regreso otra vez. Me dio mucho gusto verlo a Gerald el oso, y compartir y seguir sus consejos. A propósito, esta es su ciudad, se llama Spring Hill, es parte de Nova Scotia. Ya casi, bueno, dependiendo de qué parte, es el final o la entrada, casi frontera con New Brunswick. Y fue un día muy bonito y nos dirigíamos a compartir un café. Íbamos a ir a un paseo off-road, pero ya era muy tarde y tenía cosas y yo también. Y una pequeña oportunidad para un café y conversar más, y sobre todo agarrar los consejos de él. Qué gustazo, Jerome. It was really, really great to see you again. And thank you. I do appreciate every single detail. Thank you for the lunch. Thanks for the coffee, and also thank you for your new friendship. So ever since we communicated, and I follow your tips and your advices. Well needed. So this part of the video is all about Gerald. He's a superstar. Gerald, like I mentioned before, he was racing professionally, all the motocross and everything else. So I'm so glad to meet him. Well, with this, I wanted to thank you again for being part of this adventure. Until next time, I'm throwing a little bonus video. When I parked somewhere else 2-3 hours away from here, I stopped to see something, and lots of people, because it was an interesting place of interest, people were taking pictures, but I left the camera on, so that's what's happening next. Muchas gracias por seguirme, y hay un pequeño video bonus mientras estacioné la moto para ver un punto interesante, había mucha gente y se tomaba foto y sin saber dejé la cámara prendida y pues eso es lo que sigue. Gracias por estar ahí, por seguirme, hasta la próxima. Chao, chao, cuidarse mucho, bendiciones.
Ahí viene uno para la foto, ok, muévase, no me toque, derecha, izquierda, modele, foto, rápido, no se pare mucho tiempo, siguiente, viene para la foto, bien, sigue, izquierda no tocar, no me toque, derecha, modele, izquierda, apúrese caballero, hombre, derecha, izquierda. Vamos, ya, mueve el brazo, derecha, izquierda, foto, siguiente,